Hello, everybody. I am Halo Kirby, and this is my illustrious coast. You're a coaster now.
I've been reduced. No, I was a human being a few weeks ago, and then I graduated from that to your loyal servant, and now you're telling me I'm a coaster? I don't even have
Hold
autonomy
on, wait. I think
anymore.
we're skipping. I think the audience has skipped a few chapters. What?
Apparently, you've skipped a few chapters.
I skipped a few. I think I skipped a few chapters. Do what? It's whatever. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Oddcast Podcast, a variety podcast where we go over things like media news, things like anime, sport, and not sports. We talk about sports, anime though. We talk about anime, video games, television, movies, TTRPGs, video games, and all sorts of other stuff that we go over usually every week, where we kind of recap the previous week's news every Friday or Saturday. And today, we're going to be bringing you some lovely stuff going on, like a big announcement from the video game scene for Warhammer, some unveilings of some V-Jump scans from, I think, about a week or so ago for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3, and other stuff going on for you to just kind of chill with us for about 45 minutes to an hour with whatever you're doing, whether it be from just kind of hanging out with us while you do chores, or maybe you want to sit here and engage with us, or you stare at our stupid faces as we read stuff.
Or maybe you would even want to hear about 2.5 truths.
Good segue. Good segue, nephew. You don't get that joke. You haven't seen Gachikuta. That's fine. Continue.
Right. No, the nephew thing is not
eyes.
lost on me. I have you guys definitely drilled that into me last time we hung out at the campus.
Oh, that's right. We did do the good answer, nephew.
Right.
Go watch Gachikuta. It's good.
So my first truth is that I
Yes.
am wearing a pair of dress socks right now. That's my first truth.
Okay.
My second truth.
Can't confirm or deny this. Yes.
My second truth is that yesterday I was invited to
Yes.
Los Angeles to participate in a Fall Guys tournament. You know,
like the video game Fall Guy?
yes, the video game. So
Okay.
my third truth.
Did you? Uh-huh.
Yeah. My third truth is that on Sunday I saw the movie Obsession, which kind of has been making
Was
its
it any
rounds.
good?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Was it any good?
Oh, so here's the thing. Obsession, this is part of the truth. Obsession is the greatest horror film I've ever seen in my life.
That's a pretty that's pretty good praise.
Yeah. So, my gamer,
Okay.
which one do you think is the half-truth?
Yes. I'm going to say it is the Fall Guys tournament.
Okay. So, I told you that I was wearing 2 dress socks. That is
Yes.
the half-truth, because one of them is on my foot, and the other one was on my microphone.
Oh my god.
This is the first time we are addressing the potentially iconic dress sock on the microphone. And
I've thought to ask, just never did.
you know what the funny thing? The funny thing is that
What's that?
I immediately suffered the consequences of taking off the sock because I said the word potentially. And it popped the hell out of the microphone. Let me just put this back so that we can maintain the half truth here. I wouldn't want to put it on because that would violate the sanctity of this project. Okay.
Of course. So a Fall Guys tournament?
Okay. So now I get to tell you that I did actually violate the sanctity anyway because that was entirely truthful. I'm wearing a completely different pair of dress socks right now because the laundry machines are not working and I have yet to do laundry, so I'm wearing dress socks. Okay. Anyway, you are correct. The Fall Guys tournament was the half truth. And Yeah, I did go to Los Angeles yesterday. It was to celebrate the birthday of a beloved family member, and also some other personal stuff was going on. Some great news for celebration, and we went to their house, and my cousin convinced me to join a couple of Fall Guys games. And I got like 14th place the first time, but then the second time I locked in and I got 3rd place. Yeah.
I'm glad people still play Fall Guys. That game was goofy as hell.
Oh yeah, my cousin like definitely gives me some like throwback vibes. Like he fired up Apex Legends as well, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember this." Like hearing about this a couple years ago. I'm still
Yes. Throwback Apex Legends, the game that is still very rigorously played by people.
Yes, that one is definitely more relevant than Fall Guys, admittedly, but
Fall Guys kind of got overshadowed by Stumble Guys, which is Fall Guys but different.
that is true. I forgot about Stumble Guys. You really can't stress that enough. So
anyways,
so the thing about Obsession.
yeah.
I look, I'm not a horror guy. I'm not a horror film aficionado. I haven't seen a lot of the classics, but the reason this is my personal favorite that I've ever seen is because I think it really nails the tension. I think it is consistently tense all the way through. For anyone that's unaware, Obsession, the premise of the movie is that this guy has this one wish willow kind of thing that he gets from this sort of weird emporium shop, and it's like a wooden cylinder where if you break it in half and make a wish out loud, then the wish comes true. And he just thinks that it's one of these stupid little toys, like, a Chinese finger trap or whatever, like a funny little thing. It turns out that it actually works. And what he wishes for is he wishes that his crush in the friend group loved him more than anyone else in the world. And it very quickly takes a horrifying turn because I'm expecting this to go like, okay, well, he's driving her back to her place and then she walks in the door and he's like, dang, I should have confessed my feelings, I totally fumbled that. And so he breaks apart the thing, and what I expected to happen was, okay, they're gonna go to work tomorrow, she's gonna be weirdly like attached to him and she's gonna be like weirdly interested, and it's gonna be like gradually escalate from there. No. Immediately after he breaks it and then starts the car, he looks back over. You can see her silhouette standing in front of the door, just standing there. And things are immediately weird and upsetting. And like the entire movie after that, just like I was gripping the sides of my chair the entire time. There's just this underlying current of just unsettlingness going on. And because I'm a masochist, I very much enjoyed that. And I think that for anyone else who has seen the movie, they will agree with me in the comments that the ending is very symmetrical in a very satisfying way. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to spoil the ending. I'm just going to say that it's symmetrical. So yeah, that was 2.5 truths. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
All right, sure. Why not?
So for the remainder of this segment, I did want to get into a sub-segment, if you will, called Dundqua, which is it's basically an acronym, D&D Q&A, right? Dundqua. So Clayton has a lot of experience with Dungeons and Dragons. I do not have a lot of experience. I've played maybe one long-running campaign in high school, and this guy was actually in it as well. But I just kind of wanted to pick your brain, first of all, like, how did you get into D&D in the first place?
So I haven't okay. How I got into D&D was that I was invited out to play it with my friend Charlie. I should have been invited just to play it by my friend Charlie to join his two cousins in that game as well. And I played it at first over Skype with them, as we couldn't meet in person. So we did a couple short campaigns to get used to how it played. And yeah, that's kind of really how it all started. It was just a couple of guys over Skype, basically.
Yeah. Nice. So
Yeah.
one of the things that I noticed about D&D immediately whenever we were in this campaign in like senior year of high school with one of our other friends, and the thing that I noticed immediately was like, okay, the world building and the story and the characters, the interactions and the choices that we get to make, those are really cool and intriguing. The part that kind of lost me by the wayside was the combat. And I know that, there's a lot of different ways to do D&D combat if you want to do the traditional style or if you want to do homebrew like you're doing with your JoJo campaign that's about to start. So I guess I was kind of wondering, like, I know that you kind of talked to me a little bit before the recording started about how it kind of depends on how many people are involved or what the vibe you're going for is. So, for example, I guess just to use the JoJo one as an example, like, what would be your strategy for that one?
Well, let's see. JoJo is run by an entirely JoJo is an entirely different system to Dungeons and Dragons as a game. I haven't DM'd D&D in about a year. I have been out of college for a year now, which is wild to think about because when I was in university, I mostly did D&D. But I do a lot more JoJo now. How I approach combat in general, as you kind of already said, it really depends on how many people are there that are my players, what the vibe of the narrative really is, and where they are at in terms of difficulty. Like in D&D, typically balance loses all meaning after like level 10.
Sure.
And level 20 is obscenely hard to try and find a way to balance. In JoJo, you kind of balance things out by the mystery of the enemy that the party is fighting. With JoJo, there's an entire mechanic built around trying to get your character to talk about figuring out what the enemy's stand is or what their ability is, thus taking away resources that the enemy has at their disposal. And depending on the amount of players that the enemy is currently fighting will give more of that resource or less of it, depending upon how many of them there are. For example, in the upcoming campaign that I just did Session 0 for, there are 4 players with occasional guest appearances by some other people later down the line, is the current plan. So that could be anywhere from 4 to 6, depending if they're all in the same group. So that would give the enemy more resources to work with, and also more of a wall that the group needs to tick down by guessing at the ability. So combat can be very flexible. It all depends upon the tone. And also, my goal with combat is never to make it dull, and to keep people either on their toes or otherwise making sure that they can still think about what they need to do next. I'm not a very good strategist, so usually this involves extra dice go, at least back when I did D&D, because my D&D campaign went for like 4 years, give or take, or more like 3 years, and it didn't get the chance to wrap up narratively, but it did kind of get into the deeper, higher levels of D&D, and that was certainly an experience because upper level D&D is hard to balance.
Yeah. I mean, so I would imagine that for JoJo specifically, you probably don't have to worry about it being dull a lot because, like, from what I've heard, like a lot of these stand abilities that your players come to you with are actually kind of cool and interesting, just like the ones that Araki came up with himself. I mean, so
my approach with JoJo stands has always been like keep it interesting. It can, even if it is a little derivative, like if it's a derivative of previous ability or something, as long as it can be remixed in a new way, it's interesting, and no time related stuff.
Right.
Mostly because time abilities are kind of hard to do in a tabletop setting.
Yeah, because everybody has to reverse engineer what they just did, and then like you have to go to you have the whole butterfly effect thing.
Time stop would be the easiest one. Time skipping, as well as predicting the future, a la Part 5, would be very difficult to kind of manipulate. Time acceleration could maybe work if you want to shoot for Part 6, but just
Right. Good point. Yeah. So, you know, I I think that doing a JoJo style combat is a great idea. I mean, we've talked before about possibly reading a TTRPG thing. Maybe we could do that for a future elevator pitch. But
the JoJo book is just a PDF.
mhm.
It's like not even 100 pages, and it is a the JoJo system is based around the game system powered by the Apocalypse, which is a set of rules that people tend to use, sort of expand out into their own things. So usually it's done through like similar rolling mechanics, similar stat generation, things like that nature. But so the core mechanics are the same, hence why it is powered by the Apocalypse. But everything else tends to be it's usually a unique basis. I have a couple systems that are made from it, and they are neat.
Nice. Alrighty, cool.
Alrighty, well, I believe that is it for this segment. Do you have anything else quick you would like to ask me?
No, I believe that's it. I mean, honestly, the reason I thought of D&D
Alright.
was because we got a whole bunch of Warhammer 40K stuff in the new segment. So I'm excited to get into that.
Oh boy, Warhammer Skulls happened. Alright, well, we'll talk about that in just a moment. After a quick flip, we'll see you in 1 second for segment number 2. Alright, here we go for segment number 2, our usual media news segment. We go over anything and everything from the last week that we either didn't talk about or has been announced. Oh boy, we have things to talk about because we didn't because finals were last weekend for you, so we didn't have a chance to record. We're not gonna try and dumb down too much with old news, but I just wanted to say, oh my god, we got V-Jump scans for Xenoverse 3.
Woo woo!
It's still real, Ethan. It wasn't a hallucination.
We had to check. We just had to check if it was real real quick.
You always gotta check to make sure Xenoverse 3 is real. And speaking of that, the scans I have here are roughly translated by Google. So I really don't know. So you know how accurate Google Translate is, which is very questionably.
Would you like to read the title of the game according to Google Translate here?
Oh, you're right. High ball parking 0.
Parking 0 sounds like California, am I right? Okay, sorry. The reason I did this episode this morning to begin with was because of that one. So now I'm just going to proceed to check out for the rest of the segment.
Not too much to say about these scans, though, to be honest. There's maybe more for the Sparking 0 scans than there are for Xenoverse. But for Xenoverse 3, we got like new glimpses at like the art of the 2-player characters. Now open the door and a new world awaits. Age 1000 into the world. It's Google Translate. Some of this is kind of like a little bit broken because it's trying to figure out what the heck this is saying. But hey, it did get Brett correct, so that's nice.
Yeah, Brett. Our favorite guy.
Brett. New character, Brett. Honestly, again, it's kind of hard to read. Like, it's kind of like, this is kind of saying, hey, it's real, it's here, and it's coming out. And hopefully we'll see something about it at Summer Games Fest up and coming here.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I wouldn't even care if it's bad. It's gonna be good.
Yes, I'm excited to see the future. The future is now, old men and women.
And now for the Sparking 0 scans. Kind of just giving us new looks at all of the DLC characters. Well, not all of them, but some of them. We could specifically focus on GT Trunks and GT Vegeta, giving us new looks at them with 2 new pictures and their renders, their beautiful full-body render arts, as well as Chilled, Toma, Mighty Mask, Young Oob, Chirai, as the translate says, and Jocko. Kind of just going over saying we have new DLC on the scene with new maps and everything, giving us some additional looks at the some of the new attacks, like also it gave us like a name for some of the attacks that we have, like Justice Judgment for Vidal's new costume, Punishment Rush is what it says for Son Gohan, a young adult in his freaking school uniform. Looks like the Goku 59 jacket is just a costume, and Piccolo gets a new attack, and I would love to try and figure out how to say that, but it is currently sideways, and it looks like Mushin, I want to say Kugeki?
Yeah.
I'm not going to make a third sound, I may just butcher it more.
Yeah. Honestly, I was expecting to see a lot of things this year. Lord Chilled was not one of them.
I really, really hope he's still voiced by Invader Zim.
That'd be fantastic. Yes.
Like, he's Chilled in English is voiced by the actor's name escapes me, but his male prominent role to me is Invader Zim in Dragon Ball Legends. So I really hope he still retains that voice in Sparking Zero. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Quick other subject before we go straight diving in into Warhammer Skulls. Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core is now in early access as it got a new launch trailer between now and last time, and it looks great. That game looks fantastic. I've always been curious about trying Deep Rock Galactic. Never had anybody around to play it with, and I'm hoping maybe convince people to try and take a crack at this new game just to see what it's like. And we also got some scans for Dragon Ball Super Beerus as well, but not too much new on it though.
Yep.
Other than, man, it looks pretty, and oh man, Frieza's there. Alright. Warhammer Skulls happened not too long ago from time of recording. And oh boy.
You had to rev that one up for a second.
So, I saw the event live. Well, I listened to the event live. I was listening to it while I was at work. And then proceeded to watch it properly and after work. So, we have a new beta available for Warhammer Dark Heresy, a game I assume to be similar to Rogue Trader, which is a kind of a top-down RPG style game. Kind of like in the same vein. Rogue Trader is kind of like in the same vein as Baldur's Gate. I don't know if you've played Baldur's Gate 3, Ethan.
I haven't played it, but I've seen many playthroughs.
Rogue Trader is like that. It's sort of the closest thing I can compare it to. That's the most modern thing I can compare it to. It's kind of like that style of sort of top-down role-playing action gameplay. I believe Dark Heresy is meant to be something like that. Don't quote me on that, though. I have only ever seen so much about it. Right. But it is now in beta, and I'm very curious. We have one of the few not video game announcements is some great-looking statues being put out by Weta Workshop of some lovely Space Marines, which look fantastic. Ooh, my favorite thing. Well, one of my favorite things of the announcement. Warhammer 40k Speed Freaks. It's a racing combat game based around orc vehicles. And I have this game on Steam, right? I got it when it came out on Steam. My computer could not handle it very well. It could kind of run it if I ran it at the worst everything possible. My computer is a enigma. I can send them to run things that are brand spanking new, fantastic. Sometimes I can run stuff that's like also new and terribly. Just kind of how it be. But Speed Freaks is finally on console with crossplay. It's got a new level editor, a new workshop to go with said level editor, so you can find stuff in it. And I could have sworn I saw Blood Gulch from Halo remade in the level editor.
Really?
Like, I saw, even in the trailer, it was trailer 4, which I probably should have reposted the trailer for you, but I saw, like, a map that looked very much Blood Gulch from Halo-esque, and I'm like, my brain clicked, and I was like, that looks, it's a level editor, so people can make whatever the heck they wanted. Also,
Sure.
We have new customization options, and also a follow-up trailer to the announcement that's coming to console, with a sort of a trailer that sort of broke down the gameplay since, it's now new to console. There were some cosmetics being added to the game Rust on console, though they've apparently been on PC for the Death Core of Krieg. Kind of sure. They've been there before. They're there now. Warhammer Combat Cards is a video game that I forgot existed and did not know existed until the trailer. But it's getting a new expansion based on the 11th edition reveal trailer. So that's nice.
Sick.
A book, The Art of Warhammer Video Games is out. Or not out, is going to come out. And it kind of says what it is on the tin. It goes over, I think they said the last, I want to say like the last decade or so, if not a bit older, of just Warhammer games in development, all the art, sort of like last decade or so of just this history that a lot of people haven't really had a chance to see, and putting it all in a book that you can buy at some point. I don't know if they had an announcement. I was distracted by the next thing, which was Mechanicus 2 had a launch trailer as it launched the same day as the event, and I have bought it and I have played a little bit of it, and my quick review of that so far is I like it. I think I enjoyed elements of Mechanicus 1 better, but I still really, really like Mechanicus 2. It is a game. It is a sort of strategy RPG esque. It's like it plays kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kind of like that perspective where you do kind of like a grid structure where you move around, get into different spots, kind of get into cover. It's not exactly the same. But that's the first thing that came to mind to compare it to for whatever reason. Because it operates like a grid structure on like maps that are made for each mission that you kind of go around, weave around the enemy, use cover and stuff, that kind of thing. There's a genre name for that. I just don't remember what it is. But I do know is that the game is fun.
Yeah, I've heard people say like tactical RPG, but yeah, I don't know what the official name for that is.
Tactical RPG probably fits, I would say. Let's see. Warhammer Survivor is a game. I don't know if you've ever played Vampire Survivor, Ethan. It is a game where you kind of like an auto attacker where you kind of run around and avoid hordes of enemies where you collect power-ups, sort of attack at the hordes around you. It's kind of like that. Warhammer's getting a version of it for itself, and there's a demo available now, and it's going to be coming to mobile eventually.
Nice.
Boltgun 2 got a new trailer at this event. Ethan, have you ever played Doom?
I haven't played Doom myself, but like many other things, I've seen playthroughs.
Well, Boltgun and by extension Boltgun 2 is a boomer shooter for the 40K franchise, where you take up the sword as one ultramarine named Malum Kaido, who will stop at nothing to be the coolest son of a bitch in the entire galaxy and slay everything in his path.
Wow. Kaido, huh? One of the emperors of the sea. Sorry. It did also but this new trailer for Boltgun 2 gave us new gameplay, showing off both the returning weapons from Space Marine 1 and the new playable character, which you've known about for a while now, a new Sister of Battle, including some new weapons like the Heavy Flamer, and we see some new enemies, and a Steam demo is now available. And we also got announced there are 2 Xbox controllers based on the characters from the game. Wow, cool.
They look very nice. It's just kind of recolors, but they still look very nice.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've heard about like custom-made controllers. I feel like Xbox is kind of the best with that, though. Yeah.
Boltgun Boom is a mobile game that is assumedly going to bring the Boltgun experience to mobile.
Yeah, ostensibly that would be the case.
That is kind of all I could think about. It was kind of a brief part of the whole show. Let's see. In our last bits, let's see. Warhammer Classics, over 20 classic Warhammer video games from the last several decades, including from the 90s all the way up to now, is basically what I assume to be a huge Steam bundle of those classic games.
Oh, that'll be great.
We're talking about stuff from like old computer games to now.
I love it when franchises do that. I recently, I've been playing the, I have been. That's a kind of dishonest way of putting it. Last semester, I was playing the Yu-Gi-Oh game for the Nintendo Switch, where it's like a bundle of all the old Yu-Gi-Oh games, like for the Game Boy and the game, like Game Boy Advance and stuff like that. Really cool.
Yeah. Very nice. Warhammer 40K is crossing over with Helldivers 2. That was probably the biggest announcement that for me personally.
Yep.
And the biggest blue ball in the entire show. They showed us nothing of what that was going to look like. We just know that it's happening. We got a trailer kind of showing off, like, kind of like breaking things down and kind of explaining Helldivers to Warhammer people. And that's kind of it. We know it's happening later this year.
Yeah.
And that's all we know for now.
Nice. For any, yes, alas, no. For any audio listeners, I just did the devil horns with my index and pinky, but I realized that the audio listeners will not know that. But it was a very clever double entendre because these two fingers represent the two different Helldivers, because it's Helldivers 2. And somehow I managed to
Dawn of War 4.
Yeah.
Dawn of War 4. Got a new trailer for this, as well as, I don't know if it had its release date revealed before now, but it is kind of, the new war begins September 17th. The brand new RTS will hopefully be really good, because I miss the RTS genre. Mm-hmm. I might go play Halo Wars after this.
Oh, what a throwback.
Oh, yeah. Dawn of War 4 is also getting some U2s. They look adorable, as any good U2 should.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
They're just better. U2s are just better Funko Pops, and they will always be better Funko Pops. I own a U2s now, fun fact. I got a Helldivers one that I found at a Target.
Sick.
He was the only one on the shelf. He's like one of those like Target exclusive items. I figured, you know what? Sure, I'll have my second ever piece of official Helldivers merchandise.
You can never tell what's at Target, man. Sometimes you're just going to randomly find, like, Mario Strikers there for some reason. It's like, why is this at Target?
That is true. And I've kind of been going over everything on the list. And I suppose I could keep doing that. But in the fairness of time, I'll just kind of rapid fire the last couple of things. Mm-hmm. New shows for Warhammer Plus look pretty cool. New playable factions for Warhammer Fantasy Total War 3 look very interesting. Very Tiger People, I think they were. It's pretty exciting. Total War is a very classic kind of game in that genre. I forget. It's also kind of it's RTS-ish. Mm-hmm. I forget. There are specific like subgenres of games that I do not know the title of, and I know when I don't know them.
Right.
But the point is, looks stellar. Total Warhammer 40K got a new trailer. Looks great. Well, got a new clip that looks great. Mechanicus 2's soundtrack is getting put on vinyl, along with 30 new soundtracks from the Warhammer soundtracks from like that it's never been probably fully put anywhere from their old games. So a huge collection of video game soundtracks added to Warhammer Soundtracks vaults. Space Marine 2 got a new free update, new operation, and new weapons, new updates to their previously added game mode of Siege mode, new champion skins, and new colors and customization options for it that I have played, and it's fun. I like the new expansions, and I get to be pretty in pink as I slot everything in my path.
Any man's dream. Truly.
You're damn right it is. Space Marines has a VR game, apparently. I don't know if that was announced if they announced there or if that was announced beforehand, but I didn't hear about it. That's cool. May it be on Oculus. It probably won't be, but I can pray that my headset can run it.
Experience all of the wars and all of the hammers in 4D.
Yes. Dark Tide is finally getting its brand new class. We got it revealed at Warhammer Skulls. And it is the thing everybody has been asking for since the prospect of new classes came out. Finally, we are getting a Mechanicus Skitarii, one of the frontline soldier of the Mechanicus faction in Warhammer 40k. Is coming to Darktide as playable. We know a little bit about it, but not too much. We know what he looks like. We got some of the glimpses of the cosmetics. We got a first devlog about it at the Warhammer Skulls event, and it all seems very interesting. More information to come, and it's coming out next month, June 23rd.
Nice.
I'm so excited. And the last two major things are Warhammer Age of Sigmar Deathmaster, a Metroidvania focused on our local green crystal obsessed rat boys that are let's call the Skaven a wee bit drug crazy.
Okay. A little bit scandalous.
It looks to be. It looks to be. I believe I keep hearing that it's going to be a Metroidvania, a 2D drawn Metroidvania.
How about that?
And it looks, from the very brief glimpse we got of it, it looks pretty good. Like visually, I can't speak on the gameplay. We got a glimpse.
Right.
And last but not least, Warhammer 40K Chaos Gate Deathwatch has been announced. Deathwatch is also kind of a tactical RPG, I believe. Kind of this is the Chaos Gate franchise, to my understanding, is kind of that sort of same kind of style. Kind of, I've heard it compared to XCOM, but I don't know if that's really accurate. I haven't played either of them, unfortunately. But I will most certainly be trying Chaos Gate Deathwatch, as me personally, I have been collecting Deathwatch since I got into 40K. Since I got into college, I think, is when I first got introduced to it. Thank you, Tabletop Club. You got me to spend so much money on funny plastic miniatures. And with that, one last thing. There is now a week-long sale. Well, actually, probably by the time this episode goes up, it's probably going to be over. But there was a week-long sale for all Warhammer games announced after the event. It's probably going to be over by the time this episode goes up, but if it's not, you might be able to catch it just in a quick bit.
So let's do a quick check-in. Clayton,
Yeah.
how's your back doing? Because you just carried that entire segment and your laptop and me on your back. I'm pretty impressed.
You know what? I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome.
I just really wish I had remembered to send you all of the trailers that you probably should have watched before I went into this.
It's all good, man. I wouldn't know what's going on anyway, but I do. You know what? I did see like Rogue Core, and I really do like the way that looks. I love the sort of.
Yeah, Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core looks fantastic.
Yeah.
It seems to, obviously being kind of like a spin-off to Deep Rock Galactic, it looks very much always like that strong gameplay from that game mixed with the new kind of like class-esque system.
Mm-hmm.
My brain jumped immediately, oh my god, it's co-op TF2, and I will simply believe that to be the truth until I am proven otherwise.
Yeah.
Until I actually go play it.
It's good attitude.
All right. And with that, we'll see everybody in the third segment. Well, I will be talking significantly slower. Hello, everyone, and welcome to segment 3 of the Oddcast Podcast, where we're going to today not be doing a usual elevator pitch. We're doing something a little different.
That's right.
As we are, thanks to the release of Mandalorian Grogu, Star Wars has been in our minds. So my lovely co-host, Mr. Flint Quill, has collected, I believe, 10 lightsaber hilts for me to blind rank this day on a scale from 1 to 10.
Yes.
We change how we do this like every time, so I will be doing these individually on a score of 1 to 10, rather than trying to rank them like we've done in the past. Because why not? I simply cannot rank them in an order which one is better than the other, because they're probably all going to be cool, because it's lightsabers, and they're always cool.
Indeed. Lightsabers are some of the coolest weapons in fiction, and
Truly.
I've always been fascinated by the different hilts. I think it was always really cool how, because they could have easily had like every single one of the hilts be the same, and it's just the colors are different, but I just love how everybody has a different hilt, and it's like bespoke to the character. So why don't we go ahead and unblur this first one?
Of course. Let's. A classic.
Yeah, I believe this is
The-
Anakin's second lightsaber.
Yes, one of the most iconic lightsabers in the series. The very first one we see, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't. So I think like it's very close. I think Anakin's.
Or is it? Or do we see Mr. Kenobi's first? It's been a really long time since I've seen Episode 4.
Yeah, I don't actually remember. It's one of the first two though. You're right.
It's one of the first two. I know that much. It's been a very long time since I've seen A New Hope.
Mm-hmm.
But it is iconic. Undoubtedly. It has been in multiple movies. It is one of the main characters' lightsabers that he uses. It is an important piece, and it is one of the first that we ever see.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the start of one of the most iconic weapons in the franchise. In, honestly, probably all of sci-fi.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I have to give it a 10 out of 10.
Awesome. Yeah,
Honestly, I don't think I could honestly rate it any lower. I mean, I could talk about the design, all that stuff, sure, but like honestly, I think I've always really liked the way this saber in specific looks, and I've always just enjoyed the way it looks, and it is simply iconic for many reasons.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I like about this is not only do you have the red button at the top, but you also have the sort of golden rectangle, and it's like there's two different like sort of buttons and switches. Realistically, you don't need that many things, but I think I really like how overindulgent some of these hilts are with all of the little gadgets and buttons. Even if they're like vestigial, so to speak, it just adds to the sort of design.
Like, sometimes you'll see where the button turns it on, but sometimes it's a little thing on the side that turns it on. And it's like, I don't know which one it is, but like, I mean, hey.
Yeah.
What it is cool.
Indeed.
What it is cool.
Alrighty, so we're giving that one a 10 out of 10.
I have to give Anakin / Luke / Rey / a bunch of other people. A lot of people have used this sword.
Yeah, I can't blame you there. All right, let's go ahead and check out the second one.
Let's. Of course.
Yep.
Of course. I should have expected to see you here, Mr. Maul. Maul's episode 1 lightsaber. Because his saber does change throughout. It does kind of remain consistent, but it does change. Like, he has like the cane and Rebels. He's got his Shadow Lord one, which is a little different. His lightsaber has gone through revisions over the years, but it's otherwise kept a very distinct and look design, even when it's in half. And as the first I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's like one of the first real switch ups we see in lightsabers in terms of the films.
For sure.
The double-bladed saber is impractical but fantastic.
Indeed. Yeah.
You'd kind of have to wield it like you would a staff, but you can't really wield it like you would a staff because the other part of the staff is like a blade that's going to melt your hands.
Yeah, it will, and we really can't stress that enough. I do love the 4 buttons. Again, just completely unnecessary, but really cool.
How does such a good question. Is that if it's because some versions of the saber he can split it into 2, right? So that implies that he can activate them separately. Did you think he uses the Force to push the buttons to turn them on?
That's very possible. Sometimes we do see in Star Wars how if somebody drops their weapon, it'll automatically turn off. So maybe that's kind of indicative of maybe people are turning it off and on using the Force.
Alternatively, do you think the extra buttons in the middle, because he holds it in the middle a lot. When we first see him use it, he's kind of flicks it around, sets it down, just activates one blade after the other. Do you think those middle buttons he hits? They're also for the double-bladed specifically? Because obviously the ones on the far end are there to flick it on when they're single blades, because that's how all lightsabers work. But the 2 in the middle, do you think it's when he has them, you can just flick them on like that? Maybe. Anyways,
maybe
Maul,
so.
I'm giving him a 9.
All right, 9.
It is iconic. It'll never not be iconic. It's fantastic.
Indeed.
It's beautiful. I love it.
All right.
Ooh, I accidentally unblurred the third one.
Yeah, let's do that.
This looks
So
familiar. Who is this?
this one is Mace
this?
Windu's lightsaber.
Yeah. This looks familiar, but you couldn't place who.
Yeah.
Mace Windu. Having a lot of gold makes sense for some reason.
Yeah, he is. I think Samuel L. Jackson specifically asked for a different color than everyone else, so he had the purple one, obviously. But yeah, even the hilt is a little bit kind of bougie. You know, it's got like some extra class to it.
It really does. Mace has always been such an interesting character to me. I just wish I knew more about him.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, because, it's purple. It makes him stick out. Obviously, that's why a lot of people at first, attract to the guy, because he's played by Samuel L. Jackson, first of all. Second of all, it's purple.
Right.
There's just something about the mix between red and blue, especially in this franchise that is so steeped in color, as Star Wars can be. Like how it has a meaning behind it all.
Yeah.
From a hilt design standpoint, I really do like this, though I'm not really sure. I am going to assume the gold thing at the top is the emitter. I'm going to say because you kind of like have that similar kind of grip at the bottom.
Yeah.
I've never really seen it up close, now that I think about it.
Yeah, you don't really. It's not one that the camera ever lingers on in the movies, but yeah, I think it's pretty cool, and I do like.
It is really cool.
Obviously the purple it's a mixture between red and blue, right? So it kind of symbolizes Mace Windu being sort of the balance of the Force, because he is one of the wisest, or one of the most powerful on the actual council itself, as I recall.
Every time I think about Mace, I always think about that one scene in the 2003 Clone Wars animated show, the 2D one, where he is putting belt to ass a bunch of super battle droids with his bare hands.
Yes, that is fantastic.
I think 2003 Clone Wars really did just capture sort of monk knight feel of a lot of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm. For sure. That was really cool.
I think a lot of later media lacks. There's a certain stylization of it. That has one of my favorite art styles of the series. I really love that art style a lot, because it's for some reason one that I really like to draw a lot. I can really pull that style off really well, for some reason.
Oh, cool.
Which I guess speaks to the quality of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will give Mace an 8. I really, really like this hilt. It steeps away from a 9 because I can't tell which one's the button to turn it on.
That's fair. Yeah. So we are steadily declining in score. We have 10, 9, and 8. So maybe this next one will be 7. Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's go ahead and unblur that one.
Potentially the first.
Yeah, so this is Luke Skywalker's lightsaber in Return of the Jedi, specifically.
Mm-hmm. The first? Is it the first green?
Maybe it is. Because Yoda doesn't have one in the original trilogy.
He doesn't have one. He has one in the prequels and later media.
Yeah.
That it takes time before. But yeah, the first green. I realized I said the first and didn't finish my statement.
Yes, this is the first weapon seen in fiction.
Yes, the first. Mm-hmm. It's the first green lightsaber we see. I like it. I really do. I think Luke's first lightsaber he built himself is really great.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy sort of that the design of it. I like the sort of coppery orange pieces that sort of stand out. It's a bit more. It's kind of replaces the grip, sort of that more grip in the middle, which makes a bit more sense to put it there to me.
Yeah.
And the emitter is distinctly neat looking. It's got a very interesting design, and I'm very fond of it.
Yeah.
Every time I see the old props of the first few movies, it always makes me want to just start grabbing metal pieces and just put them all together to see what I can make, because that's basically what they did.
Yeah, I mean I honestly get that sort of mechanic sort of feeling too. I absolutely love this sort of black spiral and kind of shape in the middle, and the fact that it
Mhm.
opens up at the top. I think this one is kind of inspired by Obi-Wan, which is pretty
Yeah.
it's makes sense for his character, but I love how it opens up like a torch at the top. I think that's really cool as well.
Mhm. Mhm. I think it's great. I would have to give it another 10. I really do enjoy the first couple of sabers in the series because it just for one because they're iconic, but to me like they always give a certain feel, and I really like that feel, that
Yeah.
kind of like early scrap together to make this prop kind of thing. Probably because I've had to learn a lot about prop making when I was in courses in college.
Yeah.
I had to figure stuff like that out myself, so I kind of have a really strong respect for this kind of material now. And
For sure.
all that.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm
the
happy
next
about
one
the
then,
10
shall we?
because I think this one is my personal favorite hilt out of all of them. So
I mean, it's a really, really good hilt.
Mhm.
The next one then, eh?
Yeah.
Another familiar looking one, but I can't place who it is. Is this
Would you like to guess, or
is it Palpatine's?
it is
Looks like
Palpatine's? Yeah.
Okay, it's one of two of Palpatine's sabers. Because he has a second one, I'm pretty sure, at some point.
Mm.
I think he has he's got two of them. It's like a one hidden and another one as a backup. It's
Right.
beautiful. Palpatine's hilt is always interesting to look at because of how sleek and it is.
Yeah.
It's very how sleek it looked. It's made. It looked like it's made of very like Mace Windu saber kind of has that has a lot of gold in it, right?
Mhm.
But still kind of keeps that sign of this is built for a warrior's intent because it's got the grip, got a lot of blacks. Palpatine is just solid, just shimmering metals. This is a lightsaber a rich person would have.
Yeah. Yeah. Other
And
with
I could think of nothing better than a weapon for Palpatine than that.
with the possible exception of Mace Windu's lightsaber hilt, this is the most expensive looking one. It is.
I have to agree.
Mhm.
And even then, Mace's is kind of more accenting things.
Right.
The gold here, is a bit more prominent. But then again, it's also slightly. Then again, it is kind of more subtle than Mace's. Mace has a lot more bombastic yellows, and this is more of a kind of like a subdued gold color.
Right.
That
Yeah.
and the random green dot. I assume that to be a button.
Yeah,
update
it is. I suppose it is. It's also kind of short, you know?
Yeah, that kind of I think also implies kind of its purpose of being kind of hidden.
Right.
Because he just kind of whips that thing out when he is discovered. He just pulls it out of his robe.
Yeah.
It's clearly it's hidden in there. He's clearly had it on him this whole time.
Right. Just completely murders
Watching,
Ki-Adi-Mundi.
Just done, immediate.
Yeah.
It's really funny. All those characters that get developed in the Clone Wars series, and you see them all get brutally taken down in less than a second.
Yeah.
Because it's these characters were great. Some of the master duelists in the scene, they could take it down in 5 seconds flat.
Yeah. Alas.
As for this one, I'm going to give this one I'm going to say a 7. I really like it. I think it's very interesting looking, and again, it looks like it's a weapon meant to be concealed, and it looks like it's a weapon that's made by a rich person, which is perfect for Palpatine.
For sure.
It's just a shame we never see him use it in a film again.
Yeah, that is kind of a shame. But
But
it
we
looks
do
like
see him use it when in very cool ways in the Clone Wars.
that's true. So it looks like we have reached the halfway point. We could end the episode here or keep going if you'd like.
I will say we can keep going.
All right,
and
yeah.
we'll just see what I can do with it.
Sure. Let's do the next one.
All right. Ooh, hi Dooku.
Yes.
Count Dooku is one of my personal favorite characters in the franchise.
Me too. Yeah.
I really his appearances in the films played by performed well, but his name immediately left my. I had it and then it lost.
Christopher Lee, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, Christopher Lee. His name immediately left my brain as I tried to think of his name.
Mm.
Performed by the wonderful Christopher Lee, man, he's been dead for quite some time. I still can't believe it.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did put up a great performance.
Actor.
Yeah.
He was fantastic in damn near everything he did, and he did a great job as Dooku. Mm-hmm. Who voices Dooku now? Who does the vocal performance for Dooku?
I don't know actually.
Who does him now? I forget, because he was the voice that I grew up with.
In the Clone Wars.
In the Clone Wars, both the Clone Wars. He voiced him in 2003. Voiced him in the modern Clone Wars series. Voiced him in Tales of the Jedi. He's pretty much been the voice of him in the video games. He's been the voice of Dooku for quite some time. Corey Burton, I believe his name is, and he does a stellar job as the character. Both performances, both live action and in animated, are truly some of my most favorite performances in the entire series. I love Dooku and his many portrayals, and it's fantastic. And his lightsaber is wonderfully unique. Mm-hmm. Again, the prequels really did a lot of like variants of the lightsaber, and this curved blade, reminiscent of more like rapier-esque styles, where it's like the blade will kind of curve to be more pointed along with your arm. Mm-hmm. So the lightsaber, kind of when you hold it in a way where you point it forward, it kind of points out. The curved blade will always point forward with your arm. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like an extension of your arm to allow for it, and it's very cool. Yeah. It's just cool. Some certain models of real sword do that, and it's very cool how it's portrayed in Star Wars. I'm going to give this another 10 because I really, really like it.
It is fantastic, and the fact that it is a little bit curved almost makes it unsettling in a way because, and again, mm-hmm. It's symbolic of the character because he's kind of the leader of the separatist movement, and he's kind of like bending away from the dogmatic authority, right? So.
Mm-hmm. All right, and the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Ahsoka's modern lightsabers.
Indeed.
The sort of rebels to, I think it's like, rebels to now? Is when these lightsabers are adopted, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that sounds right.
The white ones. The white blades. The blades made of an Inquisitor's lightsaber that we get to see die on screen. Takes the crystals of that one, heals them of their damage, goes from red to white, and she puts them into a blade like these. And I really like them. Very unique. Yeah. Very kind of like ditching the rounded shape, going for more of like a flat on the sides, but then rounded on the other end. It's very also partially curved. Mm-hmm. It's very different looking. They have supposed to have some really neat sound design when they appear.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure they have a unique sound. Memory serves they do.
Yeah, they are like almost they're almost sort of eccentric like ellipses instead of cylinders. Yeah, I like how one of them is taller than the other one. That's pretty cool. Asymmetry
reminiscent
there.
of the lightsaber Shoto that Ahsoka used in the later half of the Clone Wars, where she adopted a second blade, but rather than she had a green blade originally, and she got a second blade that was sort of a yellowish green that she put into a shorter blade, and she kept that art style even in the modern age with her two new sabers. I will give these two an 8. I really, really like them.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we're in the home stretch here.
For the next one. We're in the home stretch. 11.
11? Okay. This one gets an 11.
This one gets an 11. The most iconic lightsaber merchandise ever to be produced, the Lego lightsaber.
Yes.
11. No words need to be said.
A visual marvel, truly.
A marvel indeed. I like it.
Yeah.
It is. I own so many of these.
I probably do too, honestly. And it's like, yeah, these things, I have so much nostalgia for it.
11. Next one. Oh, hello. Now, who might you be? Is that Yoda's?
It is Yoda's. I'm impressed. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Um. Hmm. Hmm.
Kind of short, isn't it? It fits his character. I guess he's short.
Astute observation. Lightsaber Shoto, as the wiki will call it, is a shorter version of a regular lightsaber for both just for like as sort of a side and also for smaller creatures. It is very neat, and I will give it a 6.
Yeah. I am kind of one of those people that would probably like it more if Yoda never had a lightsaber.
I don't mind him having a lightsaber. I'm coming at it from like a just purely design standpoint. I just think it's kind of simple,
Yeah,
which is not a problem at all. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
for sure.
I just think it is. It does have a very neat emitter, though. Kind of like the little back half, though. That does give it some points in my book.
Yeah,
But otherwise, it doesn't have too much that stands out about it.
for sure.
Really. But, then again, in the fairness of fairness, Yoda is very much a monk. I don't think he would want to try and like keep at anything really too gaudy, anything too standoutish. I think he'd want to keep it simple.
Probably so. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's very befitting. I also keep it a 6, but I would say it's very, very fitting.
Fair enough.
And now the last one. Now what are... Oh, hello, you.
Hello, old friend.
You know, hello, you. The Darksaber.
Yes.
Forged by the one and only Mandalorian Jedi. Oh, what was his name?
I totally
Come
forget.
on, inner Star Wars lore nerd. That is me. What was his name? I'm totally not Googling it right now.
While he's Googling this, I will humor the audience with a little anecdote. My first experience seeing Christopher Lee on the silver screen was in Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, where he played Willy Wonka's father, the dentist. And he did a very good job.
Oh, is that where the lollipops bit comes from?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie in so long.
Lollipops. Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie in so long. I had forgotten entirely where that clip comes from, but it's been burned into my brain, and now I know.
Yes.
Anyways, it was Tar Vizsla,
Oh, okay.
the first Mandalorian ever to be inducted into the Jedi Order, over 1,000 years before the Battle of Yavin.
That is a really long time ago in a galaxy far away, isn't it? That's 1,000 years. Wow.
The Darksaber really is a unique, just blade. It really is.
Yeah.
Not only in its literal blade-like blade, its coloration is very interesting with a black blade with little white accented lines. It really is a interesting looking weapon, and no matter where it appears in, it truly does just have an iconic look,
Yes.
both in its hilt and in its blade. It really is a very special weapon, which makes sense as the only Mandalorian forged sword. It truly is unique.
Yeah.
I have no idea where the black crystal comes from, nor why it looks like that. Why is it form an actual sword blade or anything else about it? But you know what? Who cares? It's cool.
For sure. I think like the angular nature of it, as well as the sort of homogeneity of the material, makes it gives it that really medieval sort of prehistoric look, which yeah, obviously very befitting of the lore. So yeah, I think this is a fantastic design.
I think it's fantastic, and I will give it another 10. I really enjoy it.
All right.
I really do think that it is a special piece, and I kind of think there's any other examples of like blades, like more like blades in Star Wars. I guess Visions has them, but Visions is Visions, and Visions is wild.
Right. Yeah. So what have we learned today? We've learned that Star
No
Wars.
lightsaber deserves to go below a 5.
Yeah. I mean, all of these hilt, and to be fair, I did cherry pick these ones because they are some of the more visually interesting ones. But you know, there are some really cool hilts out there in the Star Wars franchise. So, yeah. Maybe
like the lightsaber tonfa
yeah,
or the light whip
that's right.
or the lightsaber spear. That has a different name, or the really big lightsaber. I forget. It also has a name. Or the crossguard saber.
I could just
or
listen.
Cal Kestis' lightsaber, which is a bunch of them put together.
I could just listen to you like name different examples for 30 more minutes, but I think, but to spare the audience,
I think I'd run after lightsabers.
Yes, I think to spare the audience, we can go ahead and wrap it up here.
All right, everybody. Well, if you enjoyed this segment of the Oddcast Podcast, we will be around probably next week to give you more rundowns and more stuff to listen to as we talk about anything in the nerd sphere, just to see what's going on in the world. I hope you have a good or at least odd day, and be safe out there.